Hey guys, Ryan here. In today's video, I'm going to show you a little bit of the Warzone 2 map. If you play the Modern Warfare 2 beta, that's open to all consoles and all platforms as of this moment, and if you play Ground War, you're going to be playing on sections of the Warzone 2 map, and this is something I thoroughly enjoy, and I'm pretty excited for the new map. In the background right now is the released overview of Al-Mazran, and this observatory that you see in the middle, you can literally see in one of the ground war maps, and I'm going to point that out later. The three things I immediately noticed is how much more cover there seems to be, the water that's included in this map, and the third thing is how many buildings there are. In the three ground war maps that I played, there's an insane amount of buildings. And oh, by the way, this is the observatory that you saw on the map. You can see up there in the background on the hill out of bounds in this map. But this map overall looks way more complex than any of the Warzone 1 maps. If you just hop on yourself and play all three of these maps and just run around the different buildings, if you just look at the amount of cover, all of the different structures they have, I'm thoroughly impressed. One thing I thoroughly disliked about Caldera and Verdansk both is they copy and pasted buildings all over the map. How many burger towns are there? How many gas stations? How many fire stations? They were the same thing everywhere. And obviously, I think this game is going to have that to some degree. But if you just play these ground war maps, there is an absurd amount of different types of buildings. And this is something I like. The only thing that kind of concerns me though, is there's going to be so many angles you can be shot from. And I think long-range snipers are going to be absolute menaces because they can just post up with proximity mines and claymores, guard the stairwell, and they're going to be sniping. Oh well, I think it's going to be part of the game. We're going to have to adapt. There's going to be plenty of ways to go around it. But I think this is overall going to be a much better map in general. The other weird thing, just a really quick note, if you look in the background, I'm flying this crazy helicopter, and I'm pretty sure this helicopter is also in the Warzone 2 game and the Warzone 2 map, but I'm not 100% sure. But the other main thing I really noticed and I really enjoy is there's a lot more cover in general in this game, and this is good. If you just look at me running through these streets, look at how many cars there are, look at all of the different little structures they have to hide behind. It's not just open lines of sights like Caldera was, and it seems like they're really embracing the whole cover aspect and playing it well. Now, one thing I can't say for sure is if there's going to be the same amount of cover outside of these urban areas. I'm not sure what it's going to be like when you have to rotate from town to town or all the way up to the observatory. That is probably going to be a little different, and we have to see how that plays out because that's a whole nother ball game. But in these areas, in the urban settings, there's a lot more unique buildings, there's a lot more cover overall, and it's something I enjoy. I think it's going to overall play well because of these things, even if they reduce movement, even if the time to kill is actually pretty fast. Whatever the case may be, I think this map is a massive step up from any other previous Battle Royale map we've had in Call of Duty, and I think this is going to pretty much make Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 a great game. Now, this isn't for 100% sure. I could 100% be wrong on this. I could look back in 3-4 months from now and the map could be hated and I could be absolutely wrong. But I think this map's going to play amazing. I think we're really going to be in for a good year with this map. And I do think, even though I have a lot of issues with the game, with Warzone 2 and the potential overall mechanics of the game, I still think it's going to be a good year. And a big part of it is this map. I think when I've been playing these ground war maps, I've been having a lot of fun on them. I think they're a little too big for ground war and overall. But when I'm just running around, looking at the map, like you pretty much seen me doing all these videos, I just see a ton of opportunities for me to outplay people. I see a ton of opportunities for me to find new angles to kill people with. And I think if you come from a more tactical background, if you've played CSGO, Valorant, shooters like that that rely on playing angles super well, then you're probably going to thrive in this game, and you're probably going to see a shift in my content to cover things like that. I have played a good bit of those games, and it's a lot like that in competitive Call of Duty, which I spent years playing, but obviously in Warzone 1, it's a lot different. We have a lot more freedom because of the time to kill, because of the health increases, because of the movement. We can run around a lot more. We don't have to play as tactical. We don't have to stress angles as much and how to properly peek. But I think in Warzone 2, it's going to be different, and the map is going to play to strengths like that. If you know how to play angles properly, if you know how to hold angles, if you know how to cut the pie or whatever that saying is, but because of the way this map is going to be structured, it's going to favor people with different strengths than people have in Warzone 1 currently, and that's just my opinion. If you hop on and play these ground war maps, and then you go back and play some Caldera, or you watch some videos of Verdansk, and then you're going to see what I mean. The exact same buildings you see in one part of Verdansk or Caldera, you see in the other part. You could be all the way across the map, and you see the exact same buildings and the exact same structures all over the place. In this game, I don't think it's going to be like that. I think there's going to be a couple like that, but in general, I really didn't see too many buildings where I was like, oh yeah, I know how this building is. I know where the doors are. I know exactly how this is going to play. I didn't see very many of those. The map felt unique almost the entire time I was playing it. And that's rare because Call of Duty doesn't really thrive on things like that. Call of Duty has good small maps and whatnot, and I do enjoy their Battle Royale maps. But the maps were not that unique. They felt very samey and monotonous, as I just said before. And this map, I think it's going to be amazing because it's not that. Now, as I said, I could be wrong. This could all just be some terrible opinion that I'm going to feel a ton of regret for stating. But hopefully, for all of our sakes, I'm right about this. Anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you for all the support and the engagement recently. And I just want to say thank you for also sticking with my channel through this kind of interesting period in Warzone. It's the end of Warzone 1. We're getting ready for Warzone 2. So it's kind of weird for content because there's not too many new things to talk about. I can't really make movement videos for Warzone 1 because it's kind of weird when there's only a month and a half to Warzone 2, yada yada yada. So thank you for just watching these videos. I'm going to figure out the content, and I hope to make some more entertaining things in the next month or two. Anyways, guys, it's been Ryan. I hope you have a good day. Peace.